everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Miami Comedy Podcast. I'm Manny Garavito, your host, and today we're going to be discussing what are your favorite locations in the city of Miami, particularly to party. You know, the weekend just ended. It's a brand new week here in the city, and now that Art Basel, again, is over, where are we going to go? Well, there's plenty of options to choose from. Here's the thing that I've learned living in Miami for so long when it comes to the nightlife. When there's events like Art Basel going on or the New Year's or, you know, any of those major holidays, there are certain places or locations in Miami that win more than others. But when there's no set holiday or no set big event like Art Basel, it starts getting dispersed. It goes into different areas of the city. But the thing is, I don't really believe that in Miami there's such thing as a tourist trap, because wherever the tourists go, believe me, the locals will be there. And wherever the locals are, that's where the tourists go, because locals don't like keeping secrets when they party. They got to let you know. How are you going to party without letting people know you party? I know people that go party and then they got to go like make stories about it. They got, you know, people are like on an Instagram live. They're not even saying anything on the phone. They're just quiet, just like, you know, looking like that. Take it in, guys. I'm out here partying, but I'm not going to say a word, so just watch me. And that's not just women, that's guys too. Guys be out there throwing up signs that they don't even know what it means. They saw it in a rap music video and they're like, yo, you know, we out here. Got my gold chain on, got my watch on. Oh, the bottle's coming. And then they turn the live off right on time as the bottles go by to somebody that actually bought them. All you need is a 15-second preview to let everybody know that you're living big over at a party. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. That's all they need. That's all they need for your clout to go up. Okay, so do what you got to do, Miami, to party. But my question again is, where do you like going? Do you like Wynwood? Do you like Brickell? Do you like South Beach? Well, those three locations I'm going to be discussing because those are some of my favorite locations. We've got some people here on the chat that are already putting in some areas that they preferred. So we're going to get this podcast started with some of these recommendations. So Mike Triple N. Shout out to all the people, including Mike, that surpassed No Nut November. I'm assuming that's what the acronym is for. Mike says, Sugar, Rosa Sky, Story. All right, so Sugar I know is in Brickell. There's also one in Midtown. It's called Sugar too, I believe. But that's more of like a dinner party kind of place, right? That's like where all the fancy people go dine, and then maybe occasionally there's like a DJ. And, you know, as you're trying to eat your tuna tartare, somebody's twerking next to you. No, that's what I'm assuming that Midtown one is. And Midtown, for those that don't know, is located like right above Wynwood. It's got good restaurants too. Not much of a nightlife. I think there were some bars there that tried to start a nightlife, but I guess it just wasn't the right location since it was all happening in Wynwood. And then Mike also mentioned Gecko, which I haven't been to yet. And that's the restaurant that Bad Bunny just opened this year. And the reason I haven't gone to Gecko yet is because, you know, all I see going to Gecko is bad bitches. So I feel like I'm not invited. I feel like it's not my demographic to go to a restaurant where all the bad bitches of Miami go. And I feel like, you know, like an outsider. What am I going to do when there's a bunch of bad bitches eating dinner? What am I going to do? Just going to walk in and pay for my own while everyone's eating for free? I feel unwanted here. Yeah, I haven't been to Gecko yet. How come all the bad bitches get invited to go eat at Gecko? Why can't the bad bitches invite me? I thought you girls were balling nowadays. Don't you girls have like a bunch of like ways to make money in Miami? Invite me. Invite your man out. Going down the list here. Wynwood is nice too. We'll touch upon Wynwood in a moment. Yo, I'm pulling up. That's what's up, JC. Good to have you. Dina says Gecko is all right. You know, and that's the appropriate response for a girl in Miami that's wanted and gets invited to often. You know, Dina, she's a comedian here in Miami. She's known for her witty, loudmouth behavior, and she's also very curvy. So I'm assuming she gets invited to these high-end locations, you know, by whoever she's seeing so many times that she's like, yawn. Oh, where are we going? Gecko again? See, guys like me, if a girl ever were to say, can I take you out for dinner at Gecko, I'd be like, oh my God, yes. Right? Dina is no longer impressed. When a curvy girl gets invited out, I was like, where are you taking me? A 5-star restaurant? Oh my God, be original. Oh, man. Dirty Rabbit is nice. Yes, I like Dirty Rabbit. There's a lounge in the back. Great music. Over at Sugar. I have been to that lounge, and I have eaten at Sugar, but this was years ago. Let's see. Let me go all the way down. Awkward Adri, welcome to the chat. Okay, so let's continue. So my favorite locations to party. Usually, you know, in the comfort of my own home. Whenever I did house parties back in my 20s, I really enjoyed those the most because the same way that the people of Miami got to let you know in the stories and on the gram and on live that they're out partying, the way I let people know back in the day when I was partying in my home was by blasting the music and letting all my neighbors know. I'm sure a lot of people in Miami do this, and it is common practice where if you're partying in your own home, you got to wake up the neighbors because you're lit. No excuse. No regard for them whatsoever. Be like, look, I'm sorry you're resting. I'm sorry you're boring. But I got to let you know right now that I am making awful decisions. You being responsible is only fueling my ability to overdrink this evening and to stay up really late. Okay? That's what Miami is known for. We did a podcast just yesterday talking about the art of the Miami flex. And not only about flexing your wealth, but in this case, also flexing that you have the ability, you're connected to, you have the money to, you know all the right venues of partying. You got to let people know you know how to party. When either it's in the private of your own home, you got to let the neighbors know. If you're even doing a private yacht party, you know how many times I've been having dinner or brunch in a nice fancy restaurant, and then, you know, there's a nice ocean view, and then there's a yacht sailing by with a bunch of bikini-clad vixens. Woo! Shaking up champagne bottles, spraying it everywhere. They got to let everybody know that they're having an amazing time without you. That's what Miami is good at doing, just flexing that they're not missing out, and you are. You ain't me, okay? And thank God I ain't you, because look at me. Partying. That's why my mom, you know, every time I take my mom out to brunch, one of my favorite places to take my mom out to brunch during special occasions is over at the Rusty Pelican. And the Rusty Pelican has this beautiful ocean view, you know, and it's in the same place where all the jet skis and yachts are parked. And then whenever we have brunch there, and there's like a boat full of like ladies yelling, you know, at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, my mom never mentions it. Never even mentions why, like, you know, why don't you have a girl? Why aren't you married? Because she understands where I live. She's like, look, I understand. It's hard out here. You do you, okay? By the way, this avocado toast is amazing. My mom has yet to ask me why I haven't found the love of my life yet, because she knows. Mike Triple N actually knows where all the good places are. Make a list, Mike Triple N. We'll go through it. Make an extensive list on the comments, and I'll read it out loud here for the podcast. So to get this, to get the location going, to get some of my picks of locations would be, the first one would be South Beach. I think Miami Beach is probably the front lines of where all the party happens. And I think it spills over and then it spills right back. And the funny thing about Miami Beach is it's located on a bridge right across the mainland. And the reason why I choose Miami Beach as the #1 location to party is because there's so many contrasting things in the area. That's where all the tourists and locals go. That's where all the bars and nightclubs are that you don't even need a promoter there. At least I don't think so, because you already have so many people visiting that area. And then you've got people from the mainland trying to go see those people, because that's a one-night stand. That's like an 80% chance of a one-night stand. All right, somebody's here for a little while. Let's go over. You know, they got hotels. You don't even got to go back to your apartment. Be like, you go back to their 4 or 5-star hotel. All right. You get a nice little one-night stand going. You don't got to talk to the person again. Your hands are clean for both parties, both the tourists and the locals. You could be in a whole relationship and still hook up in Miami Beach, because what happens in Miami Beach stays in Miami Beach. I think that Las Vegas stole the slogan from us, okay? Because Las Vegas, what happens in Vegas, when you lose all that money, when you leave Vegas, you still lost all that money. So, you know, for Vegas, that slogan kind of doesn't make sense. In Miami, it makes more sense, because that's where all the tourists and locals are doing it, right? And then when you guys both go your separate ways, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Your hands are clean. That stayed back in Miami Beach. All right? And the reason why I also like Miami Beach is, is the hotels are great. The hotels even have their own bars and nightclubs sometimes. You got great restaurants there. They even have DJs playing at the restaurants, because when the restaurants are competing, they got to do a bunch of stuff in order to shine amongst the competition, right? So, like, I've been to a steakhouse in Miami Beach that plays, like, ambient, like, hip-hop slash, tribal beats. I don't know where I was. I think it was called La Orilla or something like that. Great steak, and there was a DJ right in the middle of the place. Even though it wasn't even a nightclub, they hired a DJ so that you can feel like you're in a nightclub while you're paying $200 for a steak. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like Miami Beach. Like, no matter where you go, they got to make you feel like you're somewhat experiencing some sort of a nightlife. Okay? You could be in the parking lot and you could hear the boom, boom, boom right across the street. You got taco places that look like your regular restaurants, but then there's a little door in the back and there's a speakeasy where there's a big party happening. And something as early as 9 o'clock. Like, God damn, people are partying at this time. Yes, and they're partying in secrecy. You know what I mean? But then guess what? All the people that are there partying in that speakeasy, all on Instagram, letting you know. Okay, so Mike has put the list on his favorite. So let's take a little detour here, and let's go into Mike, which is very well connected in the nightlife of Miami. So Mike recommends Mangoes for when I have visitors. I've been to Mangoes, and Mangoes reminds me of, like, all those stories of, like, Havana in Cuba back in the 50s when they would do all those shows. What's it called? Like Havana Nights? There's a nightclub there, or it was like a showroom there where they would have, like burlesque, and they would have dancers and musicians and salsa and, like, a bunch of stuff. That's what Mangoes is like over in Miami Beach. The drinks there are really good. I've been there very rarely, but now that you mention it, maybe I should go back, and then we'll do a podcast about the experience. That would be fun. So, all right, good call. Mangoes is fun. Okay. Centro. Haven't been to Centro. Where is Centro? Dirty Rabbit. Okay, let's talk about Dirty Rabbit. So, in Wynwood, Wynwood isn't the same. I'm not going to hate and say what most people are saying, that Wynwood has gone corporate. In Miami, in reality, all of Miami is corporate. All right, just because Wynwood is, doubling down on the gentrification by putting up high-rises and opening up a Ross store. The thing is that for those that lived in Miami a long time, Wynwood was always an area where, like, it would be a new business, maybe some sort of independent bar, a bunch of artists, and back in the day, it would be like a location for, like, rebellious youngsters to go there, look at graffiti, and have some sort of community there as rebellious people. And, that's where, like, the outsiders used to go. And since everything there was so brand new and, I guess, cheap at the time, or rather not even cheap because it's Miami, but maybe just available at the time, a lot of new restaurants have opened up, and then now there's malls opening up, and then there's, all that stuff happening. So Wynwood is kind of a different area, but there are still some places to go to really enjoy the nightlife in Wynwood. So one of the places I would recommend, like Mike said, is Dirty Rabbit. If you want to see some of the prime Latinas in the city of Miami, they're at Dirty Rabbit. And sure, you can go on the weekend, but here's a tip. If you go, something like a Tuesday to Dirty Rabbit at 1, 2 in the morning, it is lit. It is popping. The amount of times that I've been there on a random weeknight, late at night, and you look around, it feels like a Friday, Saturday in there. I don't know how they do it, because I go to the bar, expensive drinks, $20, $40, $50 to get in, and I paid it because I'm generous to the nightlife. I'm generous to my city. And because I'm like, I gotta see what this is like. So I paid all the stuff. I got my first drink, $30, whatever. I'm looking around. It's like, oh, I can see why this place is so expensive. It is amazing to be, in such a party-packed place in the middle of the week. Because if you go to, like, your regular nightclubs, it's probably not going to be as lit, right? Because it's too spacious. It's a Tuesday. But if you go to Dirty Rabbit, it's a little less of a space, but it's like wall to wall. People twerking on each other, people making out, people drinking some of the finest cocktails. Shout out to Mike. I agree 100%. Dirty Rabbit is so much fun any night of the week. I've never been on a weekend all right? Because I value my time. I'm not going to wait in line. I can just imagine what it would be like on the weekend. But I've been there on a Monday, on a Tuesday, many times. I find myself there, and I always have a good time there. All right, continuing down the list. Brickell. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Rosario, again, don't know. Blackbird on Tuesdays during Ladies' Night is where you can always find me and comedian JJ right after the show at Dom's Brickell. Blackbird is a lot of fun during Ladies' Night because they have great DJs. A lot of ladies go there, and sometimes like they do like contests on stage, particularly twerking contests on stage, where you can just have a little show, right? It's always nice to have some sort of entertainment happening while you're getting fucked up on drinks, right? You go out. I like particularly on a Tuesday night. You know, Tuesdays kind of feel like a Casamigos pineapple night. Me and JJ both order that drink, and so we go around, and then, you know, at 1 a.m., they just have this twerking contest in the middle of you know, the stage there. Everybody's going, woo! And then, you know, even if the girl loses the twerking contest, as soon as she comes back down, she's getting hit on by 8 guys, me included. Don't feel down, baby girl. I thought you were great up there. Anyways, can you do that on me? Blackbird on a Tuesday is a lot of fun. All right, going down this list. They're open till 5, 6 a.m. is nice. Let's see, 11. All right, so 11 is another location where I highly recommend going because of the fact that it is always a party there as well. But 11 is kind of like, 11 is a little bit different because 11 includes both a nightclub and a strip club at the same time. And, you know, I was at 11 not too long ago. Are we okay here? Let me see. I got to reset the live stream here. Are we good? All right, we good. We're back. All right, they took off my back. Okay, whatever. 11 is fun, but it's also a strip club, so it's a little different because, you know, if there's just so many women in Club 11, and it's not women that are particular. I mean, they're patrons that are ladies do go there, but like there's just so many naked women at Club 11 that it's just like it's a whole different vibe. And I've been there also. I think it's 24 hours, right? So you know, you go there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on an off night. It's still slammed. Everybody's partying. Everybody's throwing money everywhere. But there's so many women that work there that they like as you walk around, they pull on you. It's just like, now I know how a woman feels at a nightclub when you look good, right? But a guy looks good because he's at Club 11, so he's got to have, you know, at least some money to give. So as you're walking through Club 11, like I remember I was walking towards the bar and I'm just getting pulled by a bunch of women all up and down. I'd be like, ladies, you're harassing me. There's so many women at Club 11 that you actually start to understand what the ladies are talking about at a regular nightclub. Rosa Sky is the best view in the city that I've seen so far. All right, I'll definitely look up Rosa Sky as recommended by Mike. Tea Room is nice. Gecko Lounge, I gotta do Gecko. Wharf is good because of the fact that it's by the ocean, and you got a lot of options. I really dig that too. When you go out on a nightlife area, and then there's like you know, multiple bars, or there's maybe like some food trucks nearby, or maybe like some like Wharf that they have like little mini restaurants. So you can take like a mini tour while you're drunk and partying. Be like, all right, guys, I need to take a break. I need to walk around and get a pizza somewhere. So yeah, Wharf, I would recommend that one. Even during the daytime, Wharf is a lot of fun because of the fact that it's right next to the ocean. If you ever want to do some day drinking, that is actually a really cool place to party. Haven't yet to been to a brunch though. I gotta go. Centro's in Wynwood. Yeah, I think I've been to Centro. Is that the one that looks like the concave bomb shelter? Is that the one that has the, you know, the roof and then the stage? Is that what Centro is? I was at a reggaeton nightclub not too long ago in Wynwood. It's brand new. It's located somewhere in the area. I forget the name of it. I think it's in Spanish. If you know the name of that nightclub, put it in the chat because I actually enjoyed that one and I would recommend it as well. Brick as well in Wynwood is a lot of fun. What's going on, everybody? We got a lot of people on the chat. That's what's going on. I haven't been to Space in years, although everyone does go there, both tourists and locals alike. Club Space, you can never go wrong. Club Live, you can never go wrong. Club 11, you can't go wrong. You know, like I said, the same way that, in other locations, they all have like tourist trap areas. I don't think there's tourist traps in Miami. We pay high prices here. We party in the same areas, and all the locals and tourists go in the same areas. There's not just a place that's full of tourists, and there's not just a place full of locals. We all come together and talk shit about each other. That's why tourists and locals, like, we come together and, we're together for a moment partying. But as soon as we, leave the nightclub, we just talk shit about each other. Be like, man, these Miami people are the worst. Like, man, these tourists are so whack. And then when it's time to party, be like, hey, where you from? London? That's what's up, man. All right, man. GoPro Girl it says it's so true. It's a mix. It's always a mix in Miami. That's why it's so good to party in this city. Because you're not just hanging out with locals. You're also hanging out with the tourists. And that's what makes a good party. You don't want to see the same people over and over. You want a little bit of everything. And that's what makes Miami a real multicultural city. It's not because of the locals making it multicultural. It's because we have so many tourists here, and we party together. And there's world peace. There's world peace, managed by bouncers so that we don't fight each other on the dance floor. But for like, a couple, 2-3 hours at a nightclub, the world comes together. It's almost like why do you need why do you need a governing body all over the world when you could just come together as a group, as a community on a nightclub, and then just try to sleep with each other's girl? Who needs the United Nations when you could just go to Club Live and everybody from all over the world is there trying to get with the ladies? They're shaking hands, giving each other props. Yo, you here for the same thing? Hell yeah, man. I'm here to get lit and talk to ladies. Yeah, all right. Come together. Oh, what's up, Nicole? Amen. That's right. The ladies are the peacekeepers here in the city. The ladies are the ones that can join the most dominating, alpha, aggressive behaviors coming together, all for a single purpose of getting laid. And if men come together and start working with each other, we can be good wingmen, and then everybody can get laid. It's like, excuse me, man, that's my girl. You know what? Go ahead and talk to her. I have a mind of abundance. There's plenty of girls. You go ahead and have your fun, man. I'm single for the time being. I'm going to go over here and talk to somebody else. Attaboy. There you go. There's plenty for everybody. All right. Emrat Hamza, what's going on? Abdel Omazi. A charcuterie of coochie. Well said, my friend. All right. That goes out to Lorenza Sands. Is that a girl saying that? God damn. Mari, what's going on? Mike, I've seen too much things around here. Better to be single. Y'all stay safe out there, for real. Who comes to Miami in a relationship? Let's see. All right, what's up, everybody? All right, cool. Let's keep it going. All right, now we're going to go down to the final recommendation that I would tell anyone to do in the city of Miami, and it would be make sure you guys whether you're a local, you already know this, but if you're a tourist and you're visiting or you're trying to find out where the parties are at, you can never go wrong in Brickell. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, my God, how cliche, Brickell. Everyone goes to Brickell. Exactly. If you're looking to party, Brickell is where it is always at. The only thing that I would take off from Brickell is the fact that it doesn't stay open as late as the other locations, because Miami Beach would probably, do like 5 a.m. Club 11 does 24 hours. Brickell closes its doors around 2 or 3 a.m. And the reason why is because Brickell is not only good for nightlife, but it's also in the same location where a lot of people do business. And we got to get at least, a couple of hours of rest. So if you go to sleep at 3 and you got to wake up at 6, you got a good 3 hours of bedtime, right? If you're in Miami Beach and you go to sleep at 5 a.m., you got 1 hour. And, that's usually the time it takes to get dressed, shower, get dressed, and go and drive to the commune. God forbid you got to go across the bridge from Miami Beach. But in Brickell, they're a little more responsible. That's why the parties stop at 3. All right, but in Brickell, you got it all. You got bars, you got restaurants, you got nightclubs. And not just any kind of restaurants and nightclubs, the kind of restaurants and nightclubs that your favorite celebrity owns. Your favorite celebrity might even be hanging out there. All right? Gecko being one of them. That Salt Bay guy opened that steakhouse. Everybody's always shooting content at that place, whether it be how good the food is, the celebrity coming out and sprinkling salt on whatever, or maybe even the celebrity macking it to your girl, and then you got to get in a fight with your girl. You don't get in a fight with the celebrity. You get in a fight with the girl that's receiving the flirt from the celebrity, right? I don't know if you guys saw that video, but something like that happened. I forgot. I think it was a couple years ago. And the reason why Brickell is always a sure place to go party is because of the simple fact that since it's so crowded, there's so many high-rises there. There's so many buildings being built in Brickell. I don't really think the reason why Brickell is getting flooded so easily, it's not because the water is rising. It's because there's so much weight from the people in buildings that is pushing the land down into the water. I think it's the other way around. Scientists should look into this. Hey, guys, we just realized the water levels aren't rising in Miami. There's just a lot of people here. You can't go wrong in Brickell, man. That's always where it's at. Okay? Yeah, so that would be my number one recommendation if you guys ever want to go out to party. Some of the best nightlifes are located in Brickell. You have it all there. Even the sidewalks are a good place to party over in Brickell, all right? I've seen ladies walking up and down in high heels walking their dog. Some of the girls, the way some of these girls dress to walk their dog at night looks like they want to get picked up. I've seen fully, nightlife attire with high heels on, a shiny skirt, a nice top, hair made, jewelry on, walking a dog. Almost as if you want to go up and ask her if you can buy her a drink. And she's going to be like, well, what about my friend? Oh, you mean the dog? Yeah, I got you. We'll get him sparkling water because, you're a baller, right? You got to show off a little bit. Yo, we'll get your pup some sparkling water. I know a place. All right. Nicole says, a lady of the night. Nicole's the same way, too. Nicole would go out there, probably walk her dog, looking like she's ready to get picked up. She knows the deal. That's what I like. Confident women in Miami. Appreciate it. Josh, what's up? Muhammad, 4067. Welcome. All right. Let's wind it down. Sparkling for Sparky. Oh! Yeah, put it over there on the bowl. Also, there's so many apartments in Brickell that, if you ever want to party, you could do a pregame on your apartment. Then you come right down, and then right across the street is where you gotta go. No need for an Uber, no need to get a car, nothing. You could just walk right across the street, and there's something to do as soon as you pregame from your own apartment. So there you go. That's why I choose Brickell to be number 1, South Beach number 2, and then Wynwood number 3. If you got a different list, do let me know what your feedback is on this particular lineup on where to party in the city of Miami. Make sure you guys put it either on the comments. I'll be posting something real soon on this clip. You guys can let me know in the comments there as well. All right, now let's wind it down. Thank you all very much for participating on today's show. If you guys want to support, do buy some merch. I got some merch available at miamicomedy.com. You can also follow the new Instagram account, which is at Miami Comedy Podcast, and this is where I'm going to be posting the new content for the live stream. Okay, so if you guys want to support, do follow that account. I also got a new YouTube channel for the Miami Comedy Podcast. Go ahead and subscribe, and then just give me some feedback. This is a show where you are also the guest. You guys can participate either on the chat or in the comments once we post the video clip edit. Whatever you want. This is a show where we get your feedback on what we should talk about. I try to do this every day, okay? The same way I try to do comedy shows every night. You guys are part of it. All right, well, we're just one big community, or at least that's what I'm trying to go for. So here's what you can do. Come out to subscribe, right? Subscribe to the podcast. Please don't, Manny, don't do what? What, do booty shorts? Dude, can you please squeeze off? Oh, before you get, no, I can't, Jimmy, sorry. Booty shorts. Yeah, I'll probably get you some booty shorts, Nicole. No problem. As a matter of fact, you model it for me and tag me. I'll feature you on the timeline. Be like, look, Nicole's doing it. Why don't you guys do it too? Do you want to look thick like Nicole? Here's your chance. Miami Comedy booty shorts now available on the shop. I think it'd be a good segue, a good way to sell. I have Manny. You got the guys and the girls fighting for me. Oh yeah, I was saying please don't do what that guy suggested. No, I'm not that much of a lowbrow kind of comic. Well, every once in a while, but not at that level. Although if you do it as a humorist, I'm not gonna judge you. Do your thing. All right, wait a second. Wait, where was I? Okay, so tonight's comedy show. We are at Red Bar Brickell tonight at 8 o'clock, Monday. Also, we have a second show Monday nights. We have a late night show over at Thank You Miami in Little Havana that usually starts around 9:15, 9:30. If you guys want to see the underbelly of the talent here when it comes to comedy, make sure you guys check out the Little Havana location. That is Thank You Miami, both Mondays and Friday nights. Tomorrow, we are lit once again with my good friend, comedian JJ, one of my favorite comedians in the city of Miami. And not only is it a night for comedy, but if you guys want to hang out with us, we're going to head on over to Blackbird Ordinary, and we're going to party with the ladies and judge the twerking contest and, have Casamigos drinks. And maybe we'll buy you one, too. It's ladies' night, right? You drink for free. Hell, maybe you can sneak me one. Wednesday nights, we are back at the SLS Hotel in Brickell. One of the fanciest, most luxurious shows in the city of Miami when it comes to comedy. So make sure you guys go to the second floor lounge Wednesday nights at 8:30, SLS Brickell. Thursdays, we are working on a brand new venue. Fridays, like I mentioned, Thank You Miami. Saturdays, we are working with a brand new venue soon. And then Sunday nights, Tipsy Flamingo. All right, guys, thank you all very much for all your support. I really appreciate it. Again, buy a shirt, buy booty shorts, subscribe to the podcast, new Instagram channel, all that good stuff. Or just come on out to a show. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, y'all.